Okay. Hey y'all, we are Rosharon, French Breeders, home of the 3K Pop Baby, and today we're back again for part 2 of a married mom entrepreneur episode where I show you my work from home life here in Houston, Texas, raising 2 boys alongside my husband. And today has been a very challenging day, but y'all already know we ain't gonna let that stop nothing. Let me do a sound check. Yes, K my I settled them down. Trust is sleeping right now. Yo, I knew it. I knew it. Every time, y'all, even Dream was cutting up. That's how you know it's bad. When Dream stops listening, it's bad. That's how you know. Baby, nothing in life is working if Dream is not listening. Cause yeah, Dream is literally a poster child. But Trust is asleep. Ashore is playing with some watermelon and making a mess. I am gonna try. Let me do another sound check. Okay, sound check sounds nice. I am going to try to cook some dinner. I actually wanted to meal prep today because life has been very stressful. As you guys know, some of you may not know, but my husband is recovering from his eye surgery. Let me see what I can give the baby really quickly. Want some strawberries? Want strawberries? Strawberries? Okay. All right, baby. Y'all. Oh, what I would do to have a glass of wine. Oh, what I would do to have a glass of wine right now. I cannot have a glass of wine because I'm still breastfeeding the baby. And to be honest, I'm ready to start weaning him. We had started weaning and then I kind of lit up on it, but yeah, in times like these, oops, sorry, baby. I should not have put that so close to you. Strawberries. But yeah, we had started weaning and then I kind of lit up on it. Sometimes I start feeling sorry for our kids, but um I have to realize, my health plays a part in their health as well. So if mom is stressed out with low energy and finding it hard to function at times, we need to reassess what's going on. But here lately I've been feeling the need to be recharged. Y'all, we have been whelping since March 16th, 2026. It is currently July 1st. Oh, today's the first day of the last 6 months of the year. I just remembered that. Well, I guess I just had to say today's the first day of the last 6 months of the year. Oh, 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 Ashore is my dance partner. Today is the first day, the last 6 months of the year. Today is the first day of quarter three, Q3. What are our goals for this quarter, Ashore? What are our goals for this quarter, sir? Aren't you the product manager? You're the product manager, right? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Trust handles the bunny. So, what are the goals for this year, for the rest of this year, sir? Report. Where's your report? You don't have any findings? What are we gonna do differently this for the last half of the year, sir? Y'all, um thank y'all. Okay, so you want more strawberries? Look, you have strawberries right here. So y'all, if y'all were on the live earlier, then you know it was a it was a mess. It was too much going on. You have strawberries already. He said no, he doesn't. Y'all, it was hard for me to stay focused. The kids weren't settled. It was just a lot. It was a lot going on. My heart goes out to single moms. My heart breaks for single moms because Y'all, raising raising children is not easy. One. Two, raising kids by yourself is heartbreaking. It's like, oh Lord, this is dripping. I, I wanna I don't wanna eat this. I don't want to throw it away either. Babe loves pork chops, but he shouldn't even be eating this right now. Okay, so this has to go in the trash. All right, y'all, let's have the conversation. The topic for today is if marriage is for better or worse, what is the worst? What do we classify as worse? Because we know what for better is. For better is the googly eyes, the butterflies, everything we see in movies, TV shows, everything people have lied to us about. Some of us. Oh Lord, y'all. The meat is dripping in the refrigerator. Everything people have lied to us about and told us that marriage will be, and it's not. Sometimes it's not all of the time. Sir, what's going on? I'm gonna have to keep the comments kind of close to me today. Okay. All right. Wow, Fortune. Thank you so much. Okay. Worst is losing your job or having a stroke. Ooh, that's a tough one. Fortune, thank you for sharing that because that's such a that's such a beautiful perspective and that's such a wide spectrum because if your worst is losing your job, not being able to provide, and I'm not sure if you are coming from the man's perspective of losing the job or losing an income in the family, like from the female's perspective or both. I'm not sure. But yes, not being able to provide for your family is literally one of the worst things that can happen. Because one of the things that we have been put on earth to do is to work. And because of the curse, work is literally work, but work is it's now turmoil and discomfort. And it wasn't originally intended to be that way. So thank you so much for sharing your perspective and even saying that your worst is losing your job or having a stroke. Y'all, long story short, my grandmother and my grandfather they were married my whole life. I don't know how long, maybe 40 plus years. I'm not sure how long they were married before my grandmother passed. But they were married for decades and they toughed it out. My grandfather had one leg. He was retired from the U.S. Army, Korean War veteran, and he still worked in the yard. He was a painter as well. He fixed things around the house. We had livestock growing up. He had his rabbits and chickens and all sorts of things we had growing up. Get down the shore. And my grandmother never left him after he lost his leg. And y'all, there is so much I can say about that, but let me go get the baby. They slept in two different rooms. They still loved each other, but I think in the olden days, in the golden days, I think it was very common for people to not people for married couples to sleep apart. And I thought it was like the weirdest thing. I thought it was the weirdest thing because you don't see that in movies. Like you don't see that. Well, maybe in like royal movies or like the royalty days, you would see the queen and her palace and the king and his, you know, parlor, and they would meet when the king summoned the queen. Yo, what am I gonna do? Little boy, I'm trying to clean the refrigerator. But I guess that's where that comes from. Jesus Christ. I love you, baby. Mommy has to clean up, babe. No, you're not stuck. Okay. I wanna reserve that conversation for another day. Why in the golden days men and women slept in separate rooms apart from one another. Like, where did that come from? Okay. But my grandmother did have an aneurysm and she was bedbound for 7 years. And it was one of the worst things I ever went through in my life. I was in middle school when my grandmother when we learned she had first had an aneurysm, and caring for her and seeing her just so debilitated, not being able to speak, not being able to walk, not being able to feed herself. She had a catheter. She had a feeding tube. Y'all, it was horrible. But my mom never left her side. It was hard for me to see my like hometown hero like that. So I would go over there and sit with her and spend time with her and care for her at times. But the older I got, the more I didn't want to be over there. And now being older and now seeing my husband in the state that he's in, recovering from an eye surgery, I wish my grandmother was here. Whether she could walk, talk, eat, whatever. I wish she was here now to see me and to hear me apologize to her for not listening when she was here, to hear her, her wisdom if she had gotten her speech back, to now see me married with two beautiful boys. I wish she was here to impart her wisdom, but she's not. And I think a lot of times we take our loved ones for granted until they're not here anymore. So for better or for worse, I believe it's for family as well, not just for loved ones, but that's the conversation for another day. Leave your brother alone. Y'all, let me strap the baby. No. You're doing too much, babe. Okay. Y'all. Whew. And Trust is asleep. He just woke. Y'all, the kids are just running rampant today. I feel like it requires so much patience to raise a family. So much patience is needed. All right, y'all. Oh, Bill, I didn't see your comment. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, Bill said worse is growing old together and watching your spouse go through terminal illness and leave you alone. Oh, Bill. Bill, I totally agree. That's literally what I saw my grandfather endure. And y'all, they loved each other. They loved each other. And you're absolutely right. To see your loved one helpless and there's nothing you can do but pray. Sure, stop that, babe. Y'all, the baby is overacting right now. But he's actually sleepy. He's actually very sleepy. So y'all will have to excuse him for a couple minutes. I'm sure he's gonna go straight to sleep. But Bill, you are absolutely right. Bill also said many older couples sleep apart due to pain. Wow. I never knew that. Wow. Wow. Thank you for that wisdom. I never knew. Wow. I'm learning so much today. Y'all, I never knew that older couples sleep apart because of pain. Thank you, Bill, again, for imparting your wisdom on us. Okay, so Joan said, is it Joanne? Joanna? I can't see. Sorry. She said both. So y'all, the topic today is if marriage is for better or worse, what's worse? What do you classify as worse? Because y'all know here, We preach faith, family, and Frenchies. That's our cause, and our mission is to help families get out of debt, stay out of debt, and then teach other families how to do the same. And I feel like, Assured, please, babe, please, babe, please, babe, give mommy, just please, just give mommy some relief, baby. Okay? Give mommy some relief. Okay? Mommy has been tending to y'all all day. Mommy just wants to have an adult conversation, babe. That's all I want to do. Okay. Y'all, we're going to get through it. Let me turn this oven off because I'm not even ready for it. I'm coming to the comments. I might need to put the comments on my wrist because I'm not able to see everyone's comments, and I'm going to be moving around quite a bit. Let me do that. Let me go put the comments on my wrist. All right, y'all. Start, stop. Let me go put the comments on my wrist so I can actually like see you guys, because y'all are really sharing some deep perspectives, and I'm trying to clean the house so I can start cooking before my husband gets up. But Sandy said where they developed insomnia and keep the other awake. That's why they separate rooms. Oh my goodness. Wow. See, that's why I love doing these married mom entrepreneurship lives, so that we can all share perspectives, because I want to be a good wife. I want to be a good mom. I want to be a good business partner and run a good business. But I just feel like it's hard to do those things when you feel like you're the only you. When you feel like, life is very stressful right now. I don't know if I can keep going, but of course you can keep going. We all can keep going. And it's so encouraging to come on live and have these conversations with you guys, because I learned so much from you. I never want anyone to feel like they're not being heard, they're not being seen. It doesn't matter how busy we are. We literally try to go live at least 2 to 3 times a day to connect with you guys. And y'all, it has nothing to do with money. We barely make any cents on end from our live streams. So I find that this is literally like community service, because let me put this on here before I put it on my wrist. I find that this is community service because we're in the digital age now, and it's like having like mini focus groups throughout the day, because my husband has you guys in the morning. As you guys know, he just had an eye surgery yesterday, and so I'm caring for the dogs, but he normally has you guys in the morning for operations, and then I have you guys in the afternoon for business strategy and mindset shifts. And then we try to have the family live at night, to bring families together. But we've been really, really busy. So my husband and I have only been doing our segments and not necessarily the family segment with the boys. Trust is two, Assure is one. They're really antsy right now. And it's hard to settle them at times. So we haven't been keeping up with our night live. But I definitely want to commend you guys for sharing all that you share with us, because I'm learning as a wife, I'm learning as a mom, I'm learning as an entrepreneur, because no one knows everything. So when you guys come on the live, I want to make time for you. I want to hear you out. Our moderators in the chat as well, to help out. But I love that you guys share openly. I think that's so amazing. Okay, so let me put y'all back here. Look at Charity, y'all. Dream is up. I had to put Dream up. Dream wasn't listening as well. And I feel like everybody's excited right now because Dad is down. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, Our authoritative one is down right now. Like he's not able to correct. So I'm gonna fully take advantage of mom. But I'm like, y'all will not stress me out. Y'all, last night I was so stressed out. But anyway, I I have since regrouped and I'm taking charge today. So I have a lot to do. As y'all can see, the kitchen is a mess. I haven't cooked yet. I know babe will probably wake up really soon and he'll be hungry. So I have to get my life together. But now I have y'all on my wrist so I can respond a little quicker. We had stopped using our wrist watches because y'all, we were like deleting people's messages and blocking people from the channel. And our moderator was like, nah, y'all might have to do something else. So I had stopped using it. But right now, y'all, this probably will be the best thing. Okay, so let's get to some comments. Welcome in, welcome in. If this is your first time here, we are the Rosharon Frenchie breeders, home to the K-Pup. And on this channel, we talk about all things faith, family, and Frenchies. Today's segment is the Married Mom Entrepreneur segment, where I show you guys my work from home life, raising two boys alongside my husband in Houston, Texas. And the topic of today is, if marriage is for better or for worse, what is worse? What do you consider to be the worst thing that can happen in a marriage? I'm so curious to hear this because just because it's the worst doesn't mean that God will condone divorce. And I feel like this is a very hard topic to have because, spouses argue, couples disagree, couples have different parenting styles, different communication styles. My husband, he has a very different parenting style than I do. And I feel like now that he's down, the boys are trying to take advantage of me. And I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. But I'm very curious to hear you guys' feedback today. Let's get as many responses as we can in the chat so that we can all learn, share, and grow together. Okay. So let's see. What do we have? Okay. So P said cheating specifically with no protection, risking your life. Oh, peace. Peace. Are y'all gonna do it today? Peace. Are y'all gonna do it today? Y'all will do it today. Oh my God. Somebody finally said it. Y'all are not afraid to say it. Yeah, I love this community so much. And I feel like we're growing so strong in numbers and in wisdom. Y'all, if you didn't understand what Peace just said, let me break it down for you. Peace just said, if marriage is for better or for worse, the worst thing that can happen is when a spouse cheats with no protection and then risk the other spouse's life. Oh my goodness. Peace. We might have to do a spinoff on it. How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about infidelity? Oh, y'all, I gotta throw this away. Wait, so, how do y'all feel about infidelity? Let's talk about it. Is infidelity while using no protection the worst thing that can happen in your marriage? Let's talk about it. Because that's actually in the Bible. Okay? That y'all, a lot of the stuff that we go through now is literally in the Bible. I was studying last night and I said, wait, he made a baby with who? He made a baby with his daughter-in-law because he wouldn't give his youngest son to his daughter-in-law. So you went made a baby and y'all, and then they wanted to hang her. And you don't remember you gave her your coat? Okay, baby, hang who? You're the father of this child. You're the father, baby. You forgot what you did? Okay, well, let me remind you. They wanted to hang her Because there's a story in the Bible where the woman was married to her husband and he passed. And then y'all know in biblical days, let me not even say it like that because that's so routine to say. We're in biblical days right now. But y'all know in the golden times, if a woman was married to a man and the man passed, you give that woman to the brother. If he has brothers, the brother takes on the responsibility to carry on the family's name. So a lot of what we see now, y'all, is really not nasty. It's not even like horrific or horrendous how we try to make it seem. It's actually very biblical. If a woman is married and her husband dies and her husband has a brother, it's the brother's responsibility to carry on the family's name. That is actually so biblical. And when people do it today, it's, oh, she's a this, she's a that, he's a this. But it's so biblical. It's your duty, it's your responsibility to carry on the family's name. It's not nasty. It's actually godlike. Now, whether we want to accept it or not, that's another thing. But it's very godlike for a brother to do that, to carry on the legacy of his brother. But needless to say, I believe it happened 3 times. 3 brothers passed away. I don't want to misspeak because I'm not able to get to my Bible right now, but I believe it happened 3 times. And the father was supposed to give the woman the youngest son, but the son was too young at the time. So they sent her away to grieve as a widow. And the father promised her that when the son was old enough to take her hand in marriage, that he would send the son or he would call for the girl. Yo, he ended up sleeping with his daughter-in-law, not realizing who she was because she played a harlot to get money, bribed him, y'all, to keep the bet, to keep the bribe. I mean, y'all, she asked him for collateral. If y'all know the story in the Bible, please let me know. Y'all, she asked him for collateral. The collateral was his cloak, his jacket. Y'all. Then when she pops up pregnant, y'all, they want to hang her. My girl said, "Oh no, y'all can't hang me, baby. Because the man who is the father of this child that I'm carrying, his cloak is right here, baby." Y'all, he was shamed because he impregnated his daughter-in-law. He was shamed. So you wanna hold her accountable and responsible for not waiting to marry your son, but you got her pregnant. Look at that. Look at the irony of that. You want to ruin someone's life. You want to tear them down. You want to humiliate them in front of society, their community, everything. You want to make them look like something that they're not because of what you chose to do. That, y'all, when I was reading, I mean, I read the story before, but when I started studying it and breaking it down, I said, "Oh, that is today. That is what's going on today." People will literally make you look crazy. They will tell you what you're not and what they are, and they're doing the same thing that you're doing. The same thing that you're doing, or worse. But they want to stone you. But but let the perfect ones throw the cast the first stone, huh? Okay, y'all. The baby is asleep. I probably won't be able to put him down. I'm not even gonna try. I'll just hold him so I can get some stuff done. I'm gonna go to the comments, but y'all, let me know if you know that story in the Bible. Because who was the man, y'all? Who was the man? Y'all, don't tell me it was Abraham. It wasn't Abraham. Who was the man? It wasn't Abraham, huh? Who was it? Okay. Wait, not it wasn't Job. It wasn't Job. Okay. Okay. I missed a lot of comments. Okay. Oh Lord, Bliss. Bliss, help me. Bliss, please help me. Bliss is here, y'all. Okay. Peace. You developed this conversation, this rhetoric. But thank you so much for encouraging it. Okay, Vicky said, personally, I don't know because I'm 9. Okay, Vicky, that's okay. But if you stick around, then I'm sure you can gain some wisdom from the people here. Okay, Vicky said, personally, oh no, sorry. God's love said all depends. I totally agree. But what is your worst? What is your worst? We know what better looks like, right? But I feel like not many people talk about the worst thing that can happen in marriage. So me as a new wife, me as a new mom, me as a new entrepreneur, how do I stay married? What is the worst thing that can happen in marriage? Let us all know. For those of you guys who are seasoned in marriage, who are seasoned in life, who are seasoned with a wealth of knowledge, help the younger generation to stay married. So, what is the absolute worst that can happen? And earlier we learned that the worst thing that can happen in marriage is your spouse to cheat without protection and now put your life at risk. And I think that's like the absolute worst, literally like the absolute worst um thing that can happen. Seriously. Because let's not play with our health because you want to play with yours. Okay? Let's not do that, baby. Okay. All right. Bliss said, "All dream." Thank you, Hendrix, for subscribing. Life is but a dream said, not easy, single or married. Oh, somebody said it, y'all. Y'all, somebody finally said it. Life is not easy, single or married. Yo, somebody finally said it. Life is not easy whether you are single or married. Y'all, we might need to do a spinoff on that one too. Because I totally agree. Life is not easy. Single or married. Life wasn't easy when I was single, and it's for sure not easy now that I'm married. It gets easier, but life is not easy. No matter how you flip it, spin it, and reverse it. Life is not easy, y'all. Thank you so much for saying that. Such a wealth of knowledge. Oh, we said I'm very impressed by you. That's a big baby, y'all. Okay. Listen, I have to do what I have to do. Ashore just turned 1. He's walking and running and getting into stuff. The only way I can watch him now and get stuff done is to heist him. So he's sleeping, and my husband is recovering from eye surgery. His big brother is sleeping too. But listen, yo, I have to take care of my husband. I gotta still cook. I still have to clean. We have 7 dogs, still running a business. The work has to get done. So I mean, military background, so you know that might explain it too. But the mission is first. So it doesn't matter what I feel like. Right now, my husband needs me, the boys need me, the dogs need me, y'all need me, and the business needs me. So, you know, I have to do what I have to do. And I take care of myself at night. When I'm decompressing and I'm in the shower or I'm taking a hot bath, you know, I take care of myself at night. That's how I come to grips with what's going on in my life. Okay, I want to cook. I might cook some shrimp and crabs today because yeah, I'm trying to cheer my husband up. Okay, okay. Oh, I have some time to cook the salmon. The salmon is good until the 4th of July. Today is the 1st, so I can cook that. I can cook that maybe tomorrow. We'll see. All right. I'm trying to get some food prepped for my husband, so every day is not a guessing game. That's why y'all kind of see me trying to move a little fast. I had to clean out the refrigerator as well. All right. All right, let's see. Life is but a dream. I love your name. The name Dream is very special to me. Our baby, our first French Bulldog, her name is Dream. And she's so special to me. That's my baby. So Dream has a very special place in my heart. I love your name. Okay. Life is but a dream said, no one is exempt from the pains of life. Oh, girl, I need a bell. I need a bell. Life is but a dream. Y'all, do y'all believe that good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? Would y'all believe that if I told you that? That's not a lie, that's the truth. I grew up believing that if you're a good person, bad things will not happen to you. Yeah, I think I was taught that. If you work really, really hard, you can get anything that you want out of life. If you just work really, really hard, and if you're really, really respectful, people will respect you, and you never have to worry about anything ever. Y'all, somebody lied to me in Louisiana. That's not true at all. Baby, it wasn't until I moved to Houston, Texas, and I endured police brutality as a licensed therapist, and they made me out to be a complete criminal. I'm like, oh, okay, so bad things can't happen to good people. Somebody lied to me. Somebody lied to me. Okay. But story for another day, y'all. All right, let's go back to the chat. Wait, Princess. Princess said divorce can be a good thing. Explain. Explain. Because explain your principle or your thought process, because I agree. I agree with you to a certain extent. Although God does not permit or excuse divorce for frivolous things like arguments or disagreements, or oh, I just want another wife because I want another wife, or she's prettier, she's thicker, she's this, she's that, she's smarter, she makes more money, so oh, let me just go over here. God frowns upon that attitude, because marriage is an oath and love doesn't give up. So when we say we love someone, we really need to mean it, and we really need to be convinced in our mind that it's for better or for worse when we say we love someone. But in the case of severe abuse, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it because y'all, I've seen so much in life. And to be honest, y'all, we might not want to talk about it or admit it, but even severe abuse is not even an excuse in the Bible. We might not want to talk about it. We might not want to, or we might not even want to hear it. For a while, I didn't want to hear it, but that's not even excusable in the Bible. This is a Caribbean soda. It's not beer. I'm a breastfeeding mom. But maybe we can have another conversation about that another day and like dissect abuse in the home and how to navigate that. Because I feel like no one wins. The parents don't win, the children don't win. No one wins. When it's abuse, when it's infidelity, when it's divorce, nobody wins in that situation. It doesn't matter how much money you get, a state, it doesn't matter. Nobody wins, in my opinion, because that home is broken and those kids will be confused. And some children might even blame themselves. Okay, love by above. Oh! Love by above, love by above, love by above. Oh, y'all needed that encouragement. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, I needed that encouragement. Oh. I needed to hear that today. Thank you so much for coming on this live and blessing my eyes today and my heart and encouraging me in such a powerful way. Thank you so much for even saying something for me to see your name. Loved by above. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Oh man. Loved by above. Y'all, let me take a screenshot. That's such a beautiful name. Oh my goodness. Love by above. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, I have this thing with names. I do. I have this thing with names. I think names should be very intentional and meaningful, especially birth names. But thank you so much for sharing that. Wow. That just like took my oh that just like took all of my worries, all of my fears, all of my doubts away, like the heaviness I've been feeling since last night. Oh, now can we just sit in that for a moment? Like, can we just appreciate that we are loved from above and we don't have to worry? We don't have to stress. We don't have to doubt. We don't have to question that we are loved from above. We don't have to be confused in our minds. We don't have to argue with our spouses. We can agree to disagree that we are loved from above. We don't have to allow our children to stress us out. We can agree that they will be trained well. And when they're old, they will not depart from our training and our teachings because we are loved from above. Can we just sit in the fact that if God placed a business in your heart and He told you to start the thing, He might not give you every step, but He did say His word is a light. Oh, His word is a light and a lamp. And because we're loved from above, y'all, we can find the steps if we have our light and we have our lamp. Mm, I needed to hear that. Wow, that was so powerful. Mm-mm-mm. So Jelly, I do sing. I grew up singing. Y'all, a lot of my cousins on my dad's side are recording artists. I play around. I can't sing though. I play around, but I've recorded music and everything, even in the military. But yeah, I play around, but I can't sing. Yeah, I was literally just playing right now. I wasn't singing for real. But wow, that blessed me so much. Okay, y'all, let's get back to it. Princess said divorce can be a good thing. Um, I feel like we have to be careful there because that's also like saying, oh, sin can be a good thing too. So I don't want to normalize things that God are not proud of, that God is not proud of. But I agree with you. I agree with your perspective. I do. But I don't want to celebrate divorce. And I've learned that. I've learned to take marriage so seriously that, okay, babe, we just gonna have to fight it out. Like, we'll just have to fight it out. And my husband's mentality is, okay, you love me, I love you. I'm not going anywhere. Although you told me to leave 100 million times, I'm not leaving. Okay, you're my wife. I love you. We're gonna work this out. Yo, why is it that women are the first to want to leave? Yo, why do men have more staying power than us? Where does that come from? I have so many questions. Hopefully we'll be able to get to it one day. I just have so many questions. Why do we want to leave so bad? Okay, let me stay focused. Love is but a dream said. I say include them, but do what you want at the end of the day. Include who, hon? Let us know. Okay, Love by Above said God takes vows and promises seriously, and He so does. Oh, He so does. Y'all, if we are the church, if He's coming back for His bride, the times I get it wrong, the times I'm not my best self, the times I want to hate people for not loving me, the times I don't want to forgive, the times I don't want to let go, the times I want to be disobedient, God has never and will never turn His back on me. God has never and will never turn His back on you. Even though he loves us, he doesn't want us to abuse him. He doesn't want us to use him. He wants us to obey him. That's all he asks, is for us to obey him. That's all he asks. And me now being a new mom, I'm like, wait. So you mean to tell me everything mom just did with you today, everything you wanted to do today, mommy did it with you today, and you can't listen? Like, you can't listen? You can't give mommy a break? Yo, I see how, well, I don't want to say I see how God feels, but I can see. I don't know what it feels like to have billions and cajillions of people hurt you every single day, all throughout the day. I can't even fathom what that would feel like. Your heart just breaking all day long. Like who's gonna love me today? I don't know what that feels like. I don't want to know what that feels like. But to have God still love us in our wrong, y'all, we're so undeserving. We're so undeserving of his love, and he gives it. And now I see why God tells us to bless our enemies. Because, let me come closer. Because when we don't listen to him, we're his enemy too. Oh, and we want to be blessed. Y'all, I'm trying to do better. I am trying to do better. I'm trying to be obedient every day. Okay, Bill said divorce may never touch a marriage, but death eventually will take one away. How will you handle it? It is hard. Oh, Bill, thank you so much for being so honest and vulnerable today. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm not offended. I am not one bit offended. I feel like the same way we plan for retirement from jobs, we should plan for expiration in life. And I'm so happy Bill is sharing his heart with us today, because my husband and I talk about this all of the time. I'm the veteran. I'm the 100% disabled veteran in the family. So if something happens to me, what happens to my husband? What happens to the children? What happens to our estate? What happens to the business? Because everything is routed through the military. So, like, what will happen with my family? And that is a true concern that I have. And that's why it's so important for us to get out of debt, stay out of debt, and teach other families, including veterans, how to do the same, is because we need a will. We need a trust. Well, trust and assure, they have trust now, but we need to prepare ourselves if something was to happen to me. We need to be prepared, and we need to have conversations like these. If something would have happened to my husband yesterday on that surgery table, I wouldn't have been prepared to raise these two little boys by myself, to carry this business by myself. Now, will God give me the strength to do? Yes, of course. He's already given me the strength. He's giving you the strength too. But am I prepared? And the answer is no. I wouldn't have been prepared. So, Bill, thank you so much for sharing your heart, because how I will handle it, of course, I will grieve. Of course. I mean, you don't know what you don't know until it's time to know it. But the love that I have for my husband is so real and it's so pure. I don't even I don't even know if I would be able to love another man. I don't know. I don't even know if I would be able to allow another man to father our children. I would want him to remarry and have support, but she would have to be a very, very, very good wife. Like, she would have to be the best mother ever and best business partner too. I would want him to remarry and be happy. But I don't know if I would be able to give myself like that, to someone else, and have them respect the loss, if that makes sense. And I don't even know if it's fair. But yeah. Okay. Oh, he said, I believe that marriage is more beneficial for men than it is for women. Oh, wow. Oh, let's talk about it. Wow. Okay, let's talk about it. And when you say marriage, that doesn't sound like a godly marriage because men gain favor, but women gain inheritance through their children. I think it's a win-win. But share your thoughts, y'all. How 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 does Uwe believe that marriage is more beneficial for men than women? Okay, Princess said, "Isn't infidelity a form of abuse?" Agreed. Yes, ma'am. I totally agree. Okay, Junebug said, "Carrying on a lineage, not a name. You can't do that with the Dusty." Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so it looks like you guys are commenting on the wife marrying a brother and having the brother carrying on the lineage. But no, y'all, that's actually in the Bible. You can look it up and study it. That's actually very biblical, and it's not nasty. I know it can be looked at as being nasty now because of our modern day understanding of life and relationships, but that is biblical. I'm not making it up, y'all. You can look it up. I would encourage you to look it up. Okay. All right. All right. Boone said Book of Job. Okay. Thank you, Bliss. Love by Above. Love by Above. Love by Above said Genesis 38. Judah had a baby with Tamar. Oh, Judah. Judah. Thank you so much, Bill. Okay. Thank y'all so much for referencing it. Okay. Love by Above said Genesis 38:18, King James Version, verse 18. And he said, "What pledge shall I give thee?" And she said, "Thy signet and thy bracelets and thy staff that is in thine hand." And he gave it to her and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. Mm-mm-mm. Judah, 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 Judah. Not good, Judah, but it happens today. Okay, Jelly said, God does love his children for real. Wow. Oh, Jelly said, no, a singer knows a singer. I heard those notes even when you were just playing. I can hear. A singer does know a singer. That is so true. Okay. Esteric, Estoric, Jay said, it's the grass. It's the grass is greener syndrome. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Y'all, let's share. Let's share because the grass is not always greener. Even if it looks like it for a moment, the grass is not always greener. Okay, and Bill said, woman was created from man because man needed a helpmate fit for him. Amen. Woman is told to respect her husband, but man is told to love his wife. Bill, can you come back? Bill, can you come back and host a session? Bill, that's such a telling revelation that man is told to love his wife like Christ loves the church, that he gave his life for the church. But we are told to respect our husbands and to bear children, to replenish the earth. Y'all, ask Bill what he has going on today. Y'all, Bill is shedding so much. Oh, my ginger is not good. Oh, man. I thought I had some fresh ginger. Well, I do, but it's dry. All right, we took too long to use it. Bill! Wow. Y'all, we are attracting such great minds on the channel. And I'm so happy we have this segment now because I love thinking out loud with you guys and sharing what's truly in my heart. And thank you so much, Bill, for being here today. Thank you so much. Life is but a dream. Thank you so much. Love from above. Thank you so much. Okay. Travis. Travis got jokes today, y'all. No, my baby is sleeping. He's one. I know he's big. That is big. But my husband is recovering from an eye surgery and I'm trying to get some stuff done. I know if I put him down, he's gonna wake up in like 2 seconds. So mom is holding him to console him while the whole house is sleeping because if he's down, he will be getting into all sorts of things. And I don't have time to keep running and stopping and running and stopping. Um, I have to start cooking dinner. So that's why I'm holding him. But yes, you guys, the wisdom on the channel is very telling about the community we are becoming. Because why do we look at why do we now look at submission as being weak? I think to submit is very strong. I think you have to be very strong to submit to someone because you're not giving over your power. You're you're giving over your will to make decisions, to do whatever you want, to see life how you see life. I feel like it takes a very strong, peaceful minded person, loving and kind person to submit. Because now I have to trust that you are hearing from God. I have to trust that my life won't be in shambles if I follow you. I have to trust that you have my best interest at heart. And to trust that somebody has your best interest at heart is not weak. I feel like you have to be very strong to do that. But I find that the world makes you think if you submit to a man, you're weak. And I would argue the complete opposite. But what do y'all think? Wow, Bill, I agree. Yeah, I wish there was a like join the live option, even if people could call in and not be on camera for those of you who might be a little shy or like new to social media or live streaming. I wish YouTube would enable that feature like TikTok where people could like call in. We have software, we have streaming software that we use and that we could use, but today would have been amazing to have it. But y'all, Bill is dropping them. Bill said, and I know I'm looking a little strange right now. It's okay. I'm trying to get through it. Bill said, I think the clue is that we are to be one as a married couple, not individuals. So let's talk about it. Because today's topic is if marriage is for better or for worse, what is worse? And I think one of the worst things that you can do in a marriage is try to live life as an individual and not be one. One of the worst things that you can do in a marriage is to allow your family or your spouse's family to control your marriage. Y'all, the worst thing you could do is to allow single people to have so much investment into what you are doing as a married person. The blind can't lead the seeing. Okay? The Because why do single people want to be married and married people want to be single? Why? Why do people with businesses don't want to have business anymore and people without businesses would love to have one? Why do mothers get so stressed out to the point where they regret having children and people who cannot bear a child to save their life wants a child so badly? Is it because we're ungrateful? Or is it because we're believing the lies that we are secretly being told that life is actually greener on the other side? What is it? Is it a delusion of freedom? Are we Are we being delusioned, or is there is there a false promise that we are believing? I'm very curious to know. Why do we always think the grass is greener? Y'all, why do we leave six-figure jobs, like well-paying jobs, even if you're not earning six figures yet? Why do we leave good paying jobs, nice environment? We love our supervisor, we love our coworkers, everything is great for an extra $5,000 that you might not even see in taxes. Why do we complicate life? Like, why are we so uneasy when things are easy? When our marriage is peaceful, why do we create arguments? Where does that come from? Like, when the kids are listening, why are we waiting and anticipating for them to not listen? When the business is making money and taking off and social media is doing amazingly, why do we mess it up? Why do we then reverse momentum? Like, where does the self-sabotage come from? Because it's not always the devil. So where does it come from? Why do we not like peace? What's so wrong with peace? Why do we crave chaos? When we go into environments, work environments, y'all, I've worked with so many people, it breaks my heart. I've worked with so many people in the military, in clinical institutions, in schools. When they walk into an environment and it's peaceful and all of the coworkers get along, they're confused. They're confused. And then they're the ones that start the chaos in the organizations. Why have we become so addicted to chaos? Why does peace make us uncomfortable? Why does financial freedom sound far-fetched? Why does "I will not divorce my husband" come better or worse? We will stay married. We will raise these children together because we made them together. You don't get a free pass because we had a disagreement. We have an oath under God for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. We didn't make these children apart from each other. We're going to raise them together. But why don't we like peace? Where does that come from? Somebody help me, y'all. Somebody help me understand. What is so wrong with peace? Wow. Bill said the whispers of the enemy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Because we know the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. We know it. We know it. Y'all, his tactics aren't new. His tactics aren't new. That's why earlier when I was live and the kids were cutting up, and when I say cutting up, that's so relative. I can say that because they're my children, but I mean, they were being kids. Let's be honest. They were being kids. But mommy was trying to have adult time. It was a mess. Dream wasn't listening, y'all. Nobody was listening. Mom started feeling a little overwhelmed. And I said, okay, don't lose it. Don't lose it. It's going to be okay. It's a stressful time right now. I gathered myself. I talked to Trust. I said, okay, Trust. Y'all, Trust went straight to sleep. He was sleepy. But whispers of the enemy. If I would have flashed out and my husband is trying to get rest and I'm now stressed out and I can't function, and who's going to take care of him? Whispers of the enemy. And I'm so happy Bill said that. If one area of life is stressing you out, don't allow that one area to now affect every other area. Like, don't allow, don't, if marriage is not strong right now, don't allow marriage to affect parenthood. If parenthood is stressful right now, don't allow parenthood to affect entrepreneurship. now if they all messed up, we might have to reassess. Like, the problem might be, the individual. We might have to reassess. It's not always other people. Oh Lord, I have to laugh at myself. Me and Babe have that conversation often. Yeah, if 10 people are telling you you're a horrible communicator, you might be a horrible communicator. Oh Lord. Okay. Topic for another day as well. I want to have that one with my husband when he's feeling a little better. Um, but yeah. Today has been so phenomenal. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Bill said he hates us and desires our marriages to fail. And we mock God. He then can accuse us before God. He is the accuser of brother. Oh, Bill! Bill, where did you come from? Because, Bill, I've been looking for you my whole life. Bill, I love people who tell the truth. Y'all, the only truth there is the book of love. That's the only truth there is. My truth is not truth. Your truth is not truth. The only truth there is the book of love. That is it. The book of love and light. That is it. There is no truth. We can argue until we are blue in the face. The only truth there is. Okay. All right. Yeah, I might bring y'all a little closer so I can cook. If y'all like this angle, we can stay there. But I might bring y'all a little closer. But yeah, the only truth there is it's what's in the Bible. And y'all, I love that now I'm 38 years old and I can confidently say that. I can confidently say that, wow, I don't have to do life alone. I don't have to be confused in my mind. I don't have to be confused in my marriage. I don't have to be stressed out as a mom. I don't have to worry about, what we're going to do with our business and how to do this and how to do that. All I have to do is glean from truth. That's all I have to do. There are so many references and there are so many stories that we can all pull from. We don't have to be confused, y'all. None of us have to be confused. Is that good? We don't ever have to be confused. Thank you, Bliss. We don't ever have to be confused. Okay. If y'all like this angle, let me know. If you don't, I can bring y'all closer. I'm gonna start cooking. My husband's favorite dish is curry crab. Well, my curry crab. So I want to cook that for my baby. Ooh, these potatoes. Y'all, what is going on with the produce? Y'all, is it me? Quick segue. Is it me or when you get produce, it erodes immediately? Is it me? Like, what? Y'all, I thought potatoes were supposed to last like 3 months. What happened to good produce? I come from Louisiana. What happened to the shelf life of food? And why does it erode so quickly? I'm very concerned about that. Yeah, somebody will have to explain that to me because I'm very concerned about it. But we're gonna cook some curry today for my baby. Oh wait. Oh God. Yeah, I feel like I have so much to do, but one thing at a time. I need to wash these dishes. Let me wash the dishes first. All right, let me wash the dishes first. Hi Lynn. Girl, we're a little stressed today. Am I wrong for saying that? Oh, y'all, question, like real question. Real question. Is it biblical to say you're stressed? Like, is that should I not say that? Am I not representing my father in the right way if I say I'm stressed out? Or am I being truthful about the season that I'm in right now? Please help me out with that. Because I rarely say I'm stressed, but I feel overwhelmed. I no longer feel fearful. We've corrected that narrative. I was I did identify that I was having a little anxiety about my job interview process, and it was the fear of the unknown. Like, okay, what will happen when we get the job? I like to proclaim that great things will happen to me and my family and our community. So I will proclaim great things, and even if it doesn't happen, I understand that all things work together for the good of those who love God. I know that. I'm a firm believer in that. So even if not this opportunity, an opportunity and the best one for us in this season, but I was feeling overwhelmed and anxious, and and the Holy Spirit helped me readily identify that I was being fearful of the future. And we also learned that anxiety is fear of the present. No, excuse me. Anxiety is fear of the future, and depression is fear of the past. That was a conversation that you missed, Bill. I really wish you would have been there for that one. But today, y'all have helped me so much in my marriage to understand. Okay, you know what? What are the quitting points? What are some things that would make a woman say, "Oh no, I can't. This is too much. Like I didn't sign up for this. This no." And those are the things that I will pray against. But y'all listen. Y'all help me so much, and that's I love being live with you guys because I feel like as a new mom, I'm not able to like be out and connect as often as I'd like to, while the boys are so young. And we have a new business startup, so we give a lot of our we give a lot of our attention to our babies while we're whelping and wrapping up whelping season. But I guess this is my mom's day out, even though I have the kids. Yeah, but Bliss is our moderator, y'all. She's in the chat helping out. If the audio goes out, please let me know, because I'm not monitoring it. But let me see if Big Boy will get down, y'all. My back needs a break. I I really don't want to. I know, yeah. If I put him down, he yeah, he gonna be crying in 2 seconds. And I'm trying to move fast today. But hi Lynn, hi Billy. I know I could use the dishwasher, but y'all, I'm a wash dish by hand type of girl. I feel like the time that you save in using the dishwasher, you burn it in energy. I use it sometimes. And I'm like, wait a minute, you have been going for an hour. Like you are burning so much energy right now. I don't know what I'm saving. Yes, I'm saving time, but are we saving money? Probably not. But I guess it's just give and take. Yeah. It's give and take. Life is give and take. You try to save in one area and then you end up spending in another. Okay. So the plan is to put these dishes away and then what's up y'all? Look at Charity. The plan is to put these dishes away and then start cooking. Charity, say hi. Where the Kims? Y'all talk to me now. I don't know when my child will wake up. I don't know when mommy's gonna have to get off. Oh Lord. Y'all, am I the only one when you're putting dishes away, you open the cabinet, put a dish away, and then close the cabinet back? Am I the only one that does it? Y'all, it makes no sense. Like, ma'am, just keep the cabinets open. You're gonna come back to it. Just keep the cabinets open. Put all the dishes away. and then close the cabinets. Can you go down, babe? My back hurts. Thank you so much, Bliss. Bliss, in your opinion, what is the worst thing that can happen in marriage? Yo, what is that dropping? Lord Jesus. Bliss, what is the worst thing that can happen in marriage? I'm so happy that didn't wake just up. Okay. I'm so happy I took care of the dogs already. I think the worst thing, another one of our worst. I think the worst thing that can happen in marriage is when two couples who love each other, when they either lose their will to fight and they give up. I think that's one of the worst things that can happen. Like the other person is just not willing to compromise, and the heartbreak that the more mature spouse has to endure is too much, and they walk away. I don't even think it's cheating. I'm just being honest, because I feel like if a person cheats on you, that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Sometimes I genuinely believe that. I feel like if a person cheats on you, it has nothing to do with you. Like, they wanted to cheat, so they cheated. And I feel like cheating is not just something that happened. It's contemplated. Like, you premeditated this. It doesn't matter if it happened in a night or whatever. I feel like it's so premeditated. So my perspective on the worst thing that can happen in a marriage is when two people who genuinely love each other and have been loving each other get so tired of forgiving, of overlooking, of compromise, of wanting to see the best in a person who is not willing to see the best in themselves. And they give up and they walk away. And not even walk away to be with someone else, just walk away out of heartbreak. But let me know how you feel. Rachel said, I ginger better. Rachel, what's your viewpoint on what is worse? So maybe people aren't understanding the question and how I typed it. YouTube only allows so many characters, so I had to be very brief with my question. But the topic today is, if marriage is for better or for worse, what is the worst thing that can happen? Because a lot of times we talk about all of the good things that marriage is, but we don't talk about the bad things that can happen in a marriage. And of course, cheating is up there, you know, having a child outside of your marriage is up there. We know the obvious ones. But like, what are the subliminal ones? What are the ones where you're like, oh, nobody told me about this. I wasn't prepared for that. Like, what if my husband was to lose his eyesight? what would I do? He's my protector. What if my husband was to lose his job and he's the breadwinner? What do I do? What if my husband was to get laid off for months on end? I'm a stay-at-home mom. What do we do? Like those types of things. All right, y'all. Okay. Almost. Um. Okay. Oh, I'm coming to get y'all. I think y'all want a different angle. Y'all getting a little quiet in the chat. What's going on in the chat? Okay. Is it okay? Yeah. Is it? Let me see. Maybe that. Okay. Y'all getting a little quiet in the chat, y'all. Why y'all getting so quiet in the chat? Talk back to me. Do y'all want to change the topic? I like this topic a lot. Okay. I need to wash some crabs and some shrimp. Okay, so I'll wrap it up because I don't want to waste you guys' time and I'm trying to cook. But I did enjoy the conversation today. We talked about if marriage is for better or for worse. What is the worst things? What are some of the worst things that can happen? And someone shared that the worst thing that can happen in a marriage is if one spouse passes away, if one spouse cheats and does not protect themselves and now contracts something and brings that something back home to the faithful spouse. We talked about so many different things today. I feel so at ease. I'm not stressed out anymore. And I'm so thankful for the interaction that we had today. Um, I know my husband will be okay. He's going to heal and recover from his surgery. I feel like maybe we didn't ask for help because he didn't think the surgery would be so bad. Like he didn't think his recovery would be so bad because that's what we were told. And then we get home yesterday and he's like, babe, like I can't open my other eye. Like he literally could not feed himself. Like it was horrible. Even this morning, daddy, yeah. Even this morning, y'all, he could barely walk. And I wanted to have this conversation today about what are some of the worst things that can happen in a marriage? Like outside of cheating, outside of, the normal things that people talk about, like if your spouse went down, how do you handle that? Of course, we know we are strong enough to handle anything, but if your spouse goes down, not able to provide, not able to support you emotionally, how do you handle that? And I found so much solace in the conversation that we were having today and so much encouragement. I literally feel lighter. Even though I'm carrying this heavy little boy, I feel so much lighter and I feel so grateful for the community that we're building because being able to think out loud is such a strong skill to develop. And I'm so happy that like finally, I'm stepping into all that I am as a married mom entrepreneur. And even though it's not easy and it comes with its challenges, it's constant challenges on the married side, on the motherhood side, on the entrepreneur side, I wouldn't trade it for anything in this world. But I want to be prepared in marriage. I want to be prepared in motherhood, and I definitely want to be prepared in this entrepreneurship journey. Um, and for better or for worse. So I enjoyed the conversation today, and hopefully you guys did too. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for supporting the babies, the bulldogs, and the business. But now I can let the baby roam around and be free. He's up now. I'm gonna try to cook, try to clean up our environment, go check on the bigger dogs, let them out, stretch their legs, check on Dream, Charity, everybody, and then hopefully by the end of tonight, I will have some quiet time to unwind and relax and decompress and thank God for the encouragement that He gave me on today because God knows that I needed it. I'm still deep in the hiring process for my federal government job. I'm not stressed out about it anymore. So I thank God for me accepting that it's literally in His hands. I've done all that I can do. So now we just wait and pray. And while we're waiting, we stay faithful. So whatever I was doing before, whatever God told me to do before, I have to continue doing that until He opens this door. And that's encouragement for everybody on the live. If you are confused right now in your mind, you don't know what to do the last thing that God told you to do. Do the last thing that God told you to do. If God told you to start a business, start the business. If you don't have funding, it's fine. If He told you to do it, do it. Obedience is better than sacrifice. When we disobey, we think we can clean it up sometimes by being nice or giving or loving, or obedience is better than sacrifice. Don't don't go into things thinking that you'll have all of the answers. In my knowing of God, in my loving on Him, and me getting to know Him as a father, as a provider, as a peace giver, as a way maker, as a counselor, as a therapist, as a way out of no way, as my comforter, as my lover, my protector, I have never known Him to give me every piece of the pie. I've never known Him to do that. But I have known Him to give me specific instructions. And it's up to me to put the pieces together. God does give us free will. He gives us free will in marriage. He gives us free will in parenthood. And He also gives us free will in business and entrepreneurship, how we choose to make our money. He gives us free will. But He simply just wants us to obey Him. He wants us to love Him and love other people. And for a very, very, very long time, I struggled with the and love others part. I knew God wanted me to love Him, but I didn't know He wanted me to love others. It never even came across my mind until I started reading the Bible for myself and understanding how to love. Like how do you? I know how to become a wife, but how do you stay a wife? I know how people become mothers, but how do I mother after becoming one? I know how to start a business, but how do I grow the business? How do I scale the business? So in this journey of me becoming, right? And in your journey of becoming, wherever you find yourself, do the one thing or the last thing that God told you to do. And He will order your steps. And that is encouragement for me. That should be encouragement for everybody on the live. You don't have to be fearful. You don't have to doubt. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be anxious. You don't even have to question the one thing that God told you to do. If God said that is your husband, that's your husband. He might not be perfect. He's not supposed to be. We're not perfect as wives. If God told you that now is your time to start having a family, even though the economy is horrible right now for some people, okay, it's challenging times right now. You don't know how you might provide for the child. Don't question it. Have your baby. If God is telling you to start a business, start the business. start the business. Never, ever, ever think that you can be disobedient, do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want, wear whatever you want, be whoever you want, and expect to be blessed. That's not the way it works. So, my husband's word of the year is consistency. Today is the first day of the last 6 months of the year. And I want to be consistent. I want to honor my husband and his and his pursuit of faithfulness, being faithful. My word is, hey, little baby, did you mute the? My word is obedience. Y'all, it took me a long time. It took me 38 years to get here. It took me to become a married mom entrepreneur to get here. It took life to get really, really, really hectic for me to say, okay, I don't want to do it my way. I'm tired. I don't want to do it my way. I don't want to love my way. I don't want to mother my way. I don't want to business my way. I want to do it his way. It took me a very, very long time for me to understand obedience and how me doing whatever I want isn't freedom. It's hell. It's not, y'all, there is nothing freeing about doing whatever you want because the consequences are so serious. You end up losing anyway. There is nothing freeing about me treating my husband any type of way because we had a disagreement. It doesn't make me feel good to be mean to him, and I love him, even though he's wrong. He could be wrong, like wrong, 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 100,000% wrong. I then now have to say, this is my husband. I love him. He doesn't get it right now. It's fine. I'm going to choose to love him anyway. I'm going to choose to be patient. I'm going to choose not to lose my cool because this is my husband and I love him. And I'm going to pray that because of my peace, he will then understand or try to see. He will try to see what I'm saying and vice versa. Sometimes I'm not always peaceful. I want to be heard. I want to be understood. I'm rah, rah, rah sometimes. And he has to then say the same thing. That's my wife. I love her. She acting up right now, but I love her. So whatever she's trying to tell me or whatever I don't get or whatever she's not getting, let me be patient. Let me be loving. Let me be kind. Even with kids, y'all, even with kids. Let me be patient. Let me be loving. Let me be kind. Also, let me be firm. Let me be fair. In business, when clients cutting up, when potential clients trying to scam you and trying to get over, let me be patient. Let me be loving. Let me be kind. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. But we have to do it anyway because if we know the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. If we know that we can't treat people any kind of way, if we know that, okay, you just hurt me right now and I'm feeling the weight of how you just treated me, but I literally will not come down. I won't even reduce myself. I won't reduce myself to how you just treated me. So I'm going to choose to either walk away or I will choose to confront you on a better day. But I'm not going to reduce myself. And again, it took, the baby's hungry. Y'all, let me go. It took me a long time to get here, but I love these conversations. I wish I had more time, but I don't. But remember that the same old story is the same good news. Say, we love y'all. We gonna see y'all soon. Say bye. Bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Ooh. Ooh. Say bye-bye. Say, I'm so sleepy. So sleepy. Okay, y'all. Have a great day. I'm so sorry. I missed some comments. Okay. I missed some comments. I'll try to go back and read them. Okay, y'all.